Get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Blown back gets the handoff. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
1st and 10 from the 41. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, and they go right back to it. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body plays. Body plays. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
They send the tight end in motion left. Back to the well again. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They're throwing it. Throwing the out route complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Opening script working gangbusters so far. 1st and 10 now at the 29. Give now to the running back. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Off the play fake, he'll throw. This throw is caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Nothing doing that time, and it leaves them on 2nd and goal. He gets it headed right. And he's in for the touchdown. The Buccaneers finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Returning in from the 16. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Even 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 37. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings finish off their opening drive. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Vikings start off well to tie things 7-7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from US Bank Stadium after the break. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They're looking at 1st down here. Now a give on the counter. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few. He got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
To the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another carry for him. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a 3rd run after back-to-back negative losses.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. He'll throw it. Into traffic, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you, some money will follow.
And he gets this forward to the 19. They went for it and got the 4 yards they needed, and that keeps this drive alive.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. And he's able to rip off a chunk of red zone yardage to the 10. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. This time it's a passing play. And he makes the catch on the sideline. Oh, but they call it out of bounds. This close to 6.
Well, he had the space from the defender and the concentration to make a great catch. What he didn't have was enough end zone real estate. That's just a very, very exciting incompletion.
Throwing from the gun here. He's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point try now from Pinheiro. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. Got it inside the 10. And he's taken out of the 2. He can't find a way into the end zone, and the conversion attempt fails. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Return starts at the 9. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Running for the marker on 2nd. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down. Escapes the pocket. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. So it's the 2-minute warning here from Minneapolis. The Vikings with the football. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Back to throw now. He's on the move. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
That sure ended up being worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play. You really want those throws to be like clockwork for your offense. Every team needs to hit passes in that short to intermediate range to effectively move the ball.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Off his back foot, hurling this deep. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
On to punt on 4th down, it's Bradley Pinion. Fair catch made a little beyond the 20-yard line. No return on that punt. And the Buccaneers will get set to go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Option design here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
It's pretty obvious this defense, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
1st down, ball at the 36. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Cut out left. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Throwing off the play fake here. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball. And the defender comes away with it. And the Vikings will be set up at the 20-yard line following that interception. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He's back to throw. Has it downfield working the left. And he's officially in enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. One last play before the break. A final throw before the break. He beams one deep right side. Big gain downfield. And somehow they've reached the end zone with no time remaining in the half. So late in the half, Brock, why not take a shot downfield? And their prayers are answered as they come up with that late touchdown.
You know, this is just a case of who wants it more. If you're in that secondary, all you're thinking is knock the ball down.
Yeah.
Even if you make some contact, right? They rarely call pass interference on plays like that. But somehow, some way the ball winds up as a touchdown.
Knock this through, and they'll take a lead into the break. The kick is good, and we're looking at an entirely different game now here at halftime as they've taken the lead on that final play. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
At the 24-yard line.
Running back sent in motion left. Dump off caught by his back. It's a pickup of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
They're set up at the 35 now. They'll run here on 1st down. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
From the 38. On the move, headed right. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
To the air, 3rd and long. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. It's a design boot. Flush down out to his left. He's running with it. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings grow the lead coming out of halftime. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he works his way for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
The give here on second. And he's going to get up to about the 33, but no more. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Shotgun now on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
4th and 14. Let's see if they've got some magic in them. Looking to throw. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That'll be a 20-yard hit on 4th down, Brock, and it keeps this drive moving. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Throwing now on 1st down. Completed over the middle. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 3 now. From midfield now. Finds him on the crossing route. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Caught, nice gain left side. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. Now a give running right. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. This throw is caught. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the 1st. We'll see what they come up with for 3rd down in just a bit. We've reached the end of 3. It's Buccaneer football. They trail, but it's still within reach for them. One yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They're going play action. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain. They get 2 on the play, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series. The Buccaneers down by only 2 in the 4th. He would not be denied that close to the end zone, Brock. I think it might have taken 5 or 6 guys tackling him to keep him from diving across the line for 6. Certainly a second effort touchdown, no question. The backs have become fan favorites. We've seen it through the generations, and they set the curve for their people.
Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted.
You know, sometimes it just feels like the opposing coaches are sitting right inside their skull. They read the call and were set up perfectly to counter.
We're down to a 2-point difference as they send the kick away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. From the 28. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now it's 3rd and short. Back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline, and now their offense gets a chance in a 1-score game.
It's a fake from deep on their own half. And they don't come through on the fake as the pass falls incomplete. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs.
A bunch of these punters in the NFL today, I guarantee you, go back in the Wayback Machine, and they were quarterbacks back in high school. The difference now, well, they use their legs a lot more than their arm, and it showed right there. That was a dangerous call to go for it. Trying to throw a pass, and it sure blew up in their face.
No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Setting up a throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now they're staring at 4th and long. A big moment coming up for Eddie Pinheiro on this attempt. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Now Pinheiro on to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level, they want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
This caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Buccaneers scoop it up! Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 19. Has it at the 7. And that's a Tampa Bay touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
And it's no good. Not the time you want to see the extra point off the mark here in a one-score game in the fourth. Now probably still mentally kicking himself after that missed point after. He can take a little frustration out here as he kicks this away. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. This one intended for the running back. And now it's 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Forced out to his right. Now he takes it. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway.
Bails out of the pocket quick. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs. But not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
Another try following the sack. Chased out to his right. He can run it. It's the 2-minute warning here in Minneapolis. Vikings losing by 7. They've got 1st down from the 31. He'll look to throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Now here he goes again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Getting out to his left. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Let's go now.
Trying to push this past the marker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
On 1st down, they'll run. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Minnesota spends its 2nd time out here. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. 8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They give it to him again. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down. Now the Vikings use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll get it up to the 27. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Back to the well again. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down. So it's a win for the visiting Buccaneers.